Welcome back to the channel. Today we're diving into 7 motorcycles that dealers are trying to offload as fast as possible. Number 7. Kawasaki Vulcan S. The Kawasaki Vulcan S, a stylish cruiser that's beginner-friendly with a sporty edge, is being quietly pushed aside by dealers across the United States. Why? Because it's piling up in showrooms like leftover turkey after a Thanksgiving feast originally priced around $7,000. Dealers are now dropping the price, offering incentives and almost pleading with buyers to take one off their hands. Some have slashed to $1,000 or more just to clear space. Here's the issue. Riders shopping in this price category usually lean towards something with more attitude. While the Vulcan S's 649cc parallel twin engine is dependable, it lacks the deep 5 twin rumble that cruiser fans crave. It rides more like a sporty commuter than a relaxed highway cruiser, placing it in an odd middle ground. And at this price, shoppers start eyeing used Harleys or larger metric cruisers that offer better value. The market is also shifting. New riders are either opting for cheaper beginner bikes or skipping ahead to high-performance machines. The Vulcan S caught awkwardly in between just isn't anyone's first pick anymore. With Kawasaki pushing newer models and dealers needing space, the Vulcan S is getting dumped like last year's phone plan. If you've ever considered picking one up, this is your shot. Discounts are flowing and you could land a steal. But way too long and it might quietly vanish from the lineup. Either way, the Vulcan S is riding into the sunset, just not in the way Kawasaki had planned. Number 6. Harley-Davidson Nightster. The Harley-Davidson Nightster, a modern take on the classic Sportster, is getting kicked aside by dealers quicker than a bad trade. Launched at around $13,300, it was meant to usher in Harley's next chapter. But instead it's been collecting dust in showrooms. To move units, dealers have been slicing prices, throwing in incentives and practically handing out free merch. Some are dropping $2,000 or more, making it one of the best two-wheeled bargains if you actually want one. So, what went wrong? First, the 975cc liquid-cooled Revolution Max engine might be impressive on paper, but it doesn't deliver the sound or soul that hardcore Harley fans expect. It feels more like a beefed-up standard bike than a true cruiser, and at over $13,300, most shoppers start checking out used softails that offer more grunt, more Harley charm, and more bike for their money. On top of that, the Sportster line's loyal fan base is aging out or moving on to bigger machines, and younger riders aren't exactly lining up to replace them. The Nightster was meant to bridge that gap, but it's stuck between purists who don't want it and new riders who don't need it. Dealers have caught on, and now they just want these bikes gone. If you're even slightly interested, now's the moment. Discounts are stacking and you could snag a deal that almost makes the original price make sense. Number 5. BMW K1600B. The BMW K1600B, a luxury bagger loaded with tech and powered by a buttery smooth 6-cylinder engine, is being tossed aside by dealers across the country. Why? Because it's sitting in showrooms like an overpriced sofa. No one wants to find it. Priced originally around $22,000, dealers are now scrambling to unload these machines with thousands in discounts just to make room for newer, faster-selling bikes. The biggest problem, that hefty price tag. Even with BMW's premium reputation, not everyone wants to spend nearly $25,000 after taxes and fees on a bagger that isn't a Harley or Indian. At this price point, most American riders expect a thundering V-twin, not a space-age German spaceship with sport bike DN. The K1600B is undoubtedly powerful and smooth, but the bagger crowd in the US leans toward classic sound and style. The market has also shifted. Those chasing long distance and comfort often choose fully decked-out touring bikes, while others who want a bagger look are opting for more classically styled rides. The K1600B lands somewhere awkward, too futuristic for purists, too heavy for sport touring fans. And with BMW continuously refreshing its offerings, dealers need to clear these out before they become fossils on the showroom floor. Right now, you'll find $3 to $5,000 knocked off MSRP in some places. If you've dreamed of owning a spaceship on 2 wheels at a discount, this might be your shot. Number 4. Indian Scout 60. The Indian Scout 60, a classically styled cruiser with a 999cc SV twin, was supposed to be an affordable entry into the Indian family. Instead, it's being shown the door like last year's wardrobe. Dealers are dropping prices by thousands, throwing in rebates, and doing whatever they can to move these off the floor. Some listings show markdowns of over $2,000, with a few dealers sweetening the deal even further. What's the issue? For starters, the Scout 60 lives in a tricky spot. With an original price of around $11,000, it's not exactly wallet-friendly for new riders. And for a bit more, buyers can jump to the full Scout, which has more horsepower and better resale value. On the flip side, budget-conscious riders are leaning toward cheaper cruisers from Honda or Kawasaki. The Scout 60 is stuck in the middle, and in the motorcycle world, that's rarely a good place to be. Dealers are also under pressure to clear out aging stock as fresh models roll in. Meanwhile, the used market is heating up, and many buyers are finding lightly ridden Scout 60 seconds for way less if you've had your eye on one. Don't wait. Dealers are waving farewell with clearance sales. You could walk away with a steal, but take too long and this model may fade away without so much as a goodbye. Number 3. Harley-Davidson, Paname. Harley-Davidson tried to crash the adventure bike party with the Pan America, but now dealers are scrambling to clear them out. Why? Because convincing longtime Harley loyalists to ditch cruisers for an ADV bike is like trying to sell flip-flops in a snowstorm. Dealers aren't just dropping prices, they're slashing them. Panama models that once cost over $20,000 are now seeing markdowns of $3,000 to $4,000. Harley's even tossing in extras like extended warranties and free gear, anything to get them off the lot. So, what's the catch? At that price range, buyers want something tried and tested. While the Paname looked great on paper, early issues like stalling, TFT glitches, and electronic gremlins made people think twice. And let's talk design. Adventure bikes rarely win beauty contests, but the Panama's appearance split opinions from day one. Some saw potential, others saw a robot toolbox on wheels. Add to that a competitive ADV segment in Harley's image struggle outside cruisers, and you've got a bike that never quite found its. If you've ever wanted to try a Harley adventure bike, this is the window. Dealers are practically handing over keys. But if sales keep slipping, the Panamera might quietly disappear. Number 2. Suzuki Boulevard M109. The Suzuki Boulevard M109R. The Suzuki Boulevard M109R is a muscle cruiser through and through with a 1,783 cc V-twin. It's bold, powerful, and asphalt shred. But despite all that, Brunar dealers are letting it go like last year's trend. Priced around $15,000, the M109R is now seeing thousands shaved off with zero-interest financing and rebates. Just to get them out the door, some dealers are even selling brand new units for what used to be used bike prices. What's the issue? First, the M109R is a beast. Literally, at nearly 800 lb, it's heavy in demand skill, but modern buyers are leaning toward lighter tech-rich cruise. Meanwhile, the M109R sticks with analog gauges and skips rider aids that its competition now includes by default. Things like TFT displays, traction control, and riding modes. It's starting to feel a bit behind the curve. There's also resale value. These bikes historically don't hold value well. And with massive current discounts, future prices look even worse. That said, if you've always dreamed of one, now's the time. Dealers are desperate to, and the M109R might soon become a rare sight both in showrooms and on the road. Number 1. Harley-Davidson Street 750. The Harley-Davidson Street 750 was pitched as a stylish, affordable cruiser for new riders, a gateway to the Harley brand. Instead, it's turning into showroom dead weight. Originally priced around $7,000, some dealers have cut $1,500 or more just to get rid of them. Discounts, finance deals, and borderline begging are everywhere. Why the struggle? For many riders, the Street 750 never truly felt like a real Harley. Sure, it wore the badge, but the 749 cc's liquid-cooled engine lacked the signature rumble. The build quality didn't exactly scream premium either. At this price point, new riders are either choosing more feature-packed alternatives or stretching their budgets for a used sporter or soft tail. That leaves the Street 750 in a tough spot. Too expensive for budget buyers and not enough grunt for die-hard Harley fan. Making matters worse, Harley pulled the plug on production. Dealers are now left with a model that's tough to move. If you've been eyeing one, this could be your last shot at a deal. Just don't count on much when it comes to resale. And that brings us to the end of the video. If you found this helpful, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel for more upcoming video.